Today we're here to interview Melodie Raese. She's an Army HPSP scholarship recipient, and she's going to talk to us what it is like to be in the military and also a veterinary student. Hi, Melodie.
Hi.
So first question, what made you decide to go into a career in the military?
So I decided probably within my senior year of high school that I really wanted to do the Army. And the reason why is because I looked into different scholarship programs and what careers every branch in the military allowed or had. And I saw that the Army had veterinarians, and that was my passion forever, and it's something I've always wanted to do. And they also provided a scholarship for it. And it seemed just like this great opportunity, and luckily I was able to go into my undergrad here at Texas A&M, join the Corps of Cadets, and receive an undergrad scholarship with the Army. And then they also allowed me to go to vet school for another 4 years, and then I applied for another scholarship with them, and I received that one with the Army as well.
Awesome. So next question, what does a career as a veterinarian in the military look like?
It's extremely diverse. A career in the military as a veterinarian can have anything from a clinical side of it where you see military working dogs, the dogs that sniff out bombs on deployment. They work with military police and such like that. You can work with them. You can work with animals that service members have as their pets, and they can bring them to you at a clinic that's on base. Or you can do something completely different. You can actually go ahead and do food safety inspections to make sure that the food and water that your soldiers are drinking is edible, won't make them sick. So you're actually responsible for a lot of public health issues as well. And that's something that most people don't really see with that side of the job, but actually many people do all sides of the job when they're a veterinarian in the Army.
Awesome. Okay, next question. Do you think you'll do a lifelong career in the military? If not, what do you want to do once you're out of the military?
I don't know yet if I'm going to do a lifelong or a career-long time in the Army. Right now, I am contracted for 8 years, so I have to serve my 8 years of active duty to fulfill my contract. And so 8 years is already a pretty long time, and a full career in the military is technically 20 years. For like full benefits and things like that once you get out. But with already having to go through 8 years, I'm not sure if I'm going to go one way or the other right now. But I do think that I want to specialize later on. The military does pay for you to specialize later, and they pay for continued education. They can pay for your master's or for you to go back to school and get a residency as a veterinarian, so you could do anything from pathology, laboratory medicine, even emergency and critical care and like internal medicine and things like that. They can actually pay for you to specialize in it. So it depends on what opportunities arise for me, but at this point I know I want to specialize, and it depends on whether I want to do that with the Army or maybe in the private sector.
Awesome. What obligations do you have to the military while you're in veterinary school?
Well, I don't have many obligations to the military while I'm in veterinary school. I am on education delay, so that means I don't go active duty during my time in school at all. However, because I am the scholarship recipient for the HPSP scholarship with the Army, I do have to do about 30 to 45 days of active duty training. And so that usually occurs during the summer months, and so school doesn't happen during those times anyways, and you get full officer's pay when you go and do that. So it's actually a really good deal. The obligation is basically just going and doing training and getting paid for it. And they teach you how to basically be an officer in the military, but also how to do your job as a veterinarian later on. And they even pay you to shadow many veterinarians in the Army as well.
Perfect. Okay, last question. What advice would you give to future veterinary students that are considering a career in the military?
I think my main piece of advice would be to do your research, because there's a lot of opportunities out there, and the military is just one of many. So you really have to make sure that it's right for you. But if it is, I would say start contacting people as soon as possible, because there's a lot of paperwork that goes into it, and that's something that's really important to get done if you're really serious about it. Many times there's really hard deadlines to meet, and it's important that you do meet them because it is an agency, it's a very serious career choice, and so they want to make sure that you're serious about it too. So contact people as soon as possible, do your research, complete your paperwork, and you'll probably be off to a really good start.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us about being a military vet student. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.